What's up, it's CPM Bacon back with another event video. Today we've got the CPM2 Drifting Championship. We've got some seriously talented drivers lined up, all ready to show what they've got. Everyone gets one solo run, and I'll be judging them based on things like angle, speed, style, line, and overall flow. After everyone's done, the two highest scoring drivers will go head to head in the final. Let's get straight into it. First up, we've got Hugo Kruger. He's already had some really strong results in rally events, and apparently he's a pretty solid drifter too. Let's see what he's got. Alright, nice entry, looking really smooth already. Maybe just a little bit on the slower side, but the control is definitely there. Hold up, did this dude swap a V10 into that thing or what? That Mustang GTD sounds like an actual Formula 1 car. That thing is screaming. He's keeping the car really stable through the corners. I'd like to see him get a bit closer to the outer zones if he wants those extra points, but honestly, the transitions are clean and the car looks super settled. For the very first run of the event, this is already giving professional drifting vibes. I originally wanted to record the whole event with the drone, but unfortunately that didn't really work out. We'll stick with these camera angles for now, but don't worry, the final will be fully recorded with the drone, so that'll look way better. Hugo Kruger crosses the finish line and proves he's not just a rally driver. Really clean run overall. I'm giving that one 80 points. Next up, we've got 211_CPM. Some of you probably remember him because he actually won a very similar drifting event back in CPM1 when I hosted it. So there's definitely some pressure on him coming into this one. Nice start, really smooth initiation. He probably could have gone a little bit deeper into that section, but overall, he's looking comfortable. This guy definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to drifting. He's been working on a completely revamped setup for his S13, and fun fact, I'm actually using the same setup myself because it's just that good. Also, a little throwback, 211 has actually been my friend since pretty much the beginning of my YouTube journey. I met him when I had around 140 subscribers, and now we're sitting at 15.8 thousand. That's honestly insane. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Even the Discord server has been blowing up lately. We went from around 400 members to over 700 in just about 10 days. The community has been growing like crazy and it's awesome to see. But back to the run. Oh no, wait, his car just died. He rolls off the track and that's gonna end the run early. That's really unfortunate because he was looking strong up until that point. Because of the DNF, I'm only giving him 50 points. Next up, we've got Ghost, the current championship leader. He also won the last drifting competition I hosted about a month ago, so expectations are definitely high for this run. And he's already looking comfortable. Nice initiation, really smooth, really controlled. This guy actually beat my in the last Toge event, so let's see if he can back it up here on the drift track too. The transitions are looking clean, and he's keeping a nice steady rhythm. Ghost is honestly one of those drivers who surprised everyone with how good he is at drifting. Rally hasn't really been his strongest category, but when it comes to drifting, he's built himself a really solid reputation. His style is just smooth but deadly. He's starting to struggle a little bit keeping the car fully sideways through that section though. That'll cost him a few points because the momentum drops just a bit. Still, that Pennzoil Mustang GT500 is absolutely ripping around this track. While he's finishing up the run, if you're enjoying these competitive events, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, comment down below what kind of racing content you enjoy the most. Do you prefer the WRC Rallies, the GT3 Championships, these drifting events, or maybe something completely different? Ghost brings it home with another really smooth run. I'd still put Hugo slightly ahead because his line was a little cleaner, so Ghost gets 77 points. Next on the grid is Madarab. You guys probably recognize that iconic black Toyota Chaser immediately. It's become one of the most recognizable cars in these events. The first few corners are looking really clean. Nice angle, good speed. Oh no, massive oversteer. He completely loses it there. That's such a shame because the beginning of the run looked really promising. But he's not giving up. He gets the car back under control and starts pushing again. The aggression is back, and honestly, the recovery is impressive. Really good angle through these next corners, steady hands on the wheel, and he's carrying much more confidence now. This is exactly why people like watching Madarab. Even after making a mistake, he keeps pushing instead of backing off. If that oversteer hadn't happened, I genuinely think he would have had a really good chance of making the finals. Quick little update while he's finishing the run, Project C has been making really good progress lately, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been helping with the movie so far. All the actors and everyone working behind the scenes have been doing an amazing job, and I can't wait to show you guys the finished result. Madarab crosses the finish line after a really solid recovery. The mistake at the start hurts the score, but the rest of the run was genuinely enjoyable. I'm giving him 76 points. And now we've got Deenotarab. I've tandemed with him so many times over the years, and one thing has always stayed the same. His style isn't the fastest, but it's incredibly smooth. He's honestly an absolute beast whenever he's leading tandem runs. And outside the track, I also have to give him some credit because he's the hardest working staff member in my Discord server. He does so much behind the scenes to keep everything organized, so huge thanks to him. But back to the run. He's taking a really clean approach here. The car stays settled, the transitions are nice, but he definitely isn't throwing as much angle as some of the other drivers today. He's also a little bit slower, which makes the run feel safer rather than aggressive. I'd honestly like to see him be a bit braver with the steering. Throw the car in harder, use a bit more throttle, and commit to some wider angles. I think there's definitely more pace hiding in there. For those wondering about the layout, this track is actually really fun to drive. It starts with some wide, high-speed drifting sections before moving into these figure-8 style loops, and then finishes with tighter technical corners where you're constantly changing direction. It's a really good mix that tests both speed and control. Deenotarab finishes the run without making any major mistakes. It wasn't the flashiest run of the day, but it was clean, consistent, and respectable. I'm giving him 71 points.
While T2 is rolling up to the start line.
Wait, what on earth? Yo, damn! Deenotarab just crashed straight into the lineup. Madarab's car literally flipped over. That is absolutely not what I expected to see today. Hopefully everyone's good because that looked wild. But the show has to go on, and T2 is already off. And wow, what a start. He's throwing the car so wide with absolutely zero hesitation. No mistakes so far, really smooth transitions, and he's carrying a ton of speed. This opening section is honestly crazy. Seriously, how is T2 still this good? He finished second in my CPM2 drifting event years ago, and somehow he hasn't lost his touch at all. If anything, he looks even better now. Bro is literally drifting millimeters away from the crash site without even flinching. That's what I call confidence. That's what I call proper drifting. And I have to say, the Dodge Viper is such a unique choice for a drift build. You don't see many people using one, but he's making it work perfectly. Everything just looks so controlled. The steering inputs are clean, the angle stays consistent, and every transition flows into the next one. This is absolutely looking like a finals-worthy run. And T2 finishes what might be the best run we've seen all day. That was absolutely ridiculous. I can barely find anything to criticize. That's gonna be 99 points. Next up, we've got our very own shitbox specialist, Arpegio. Wait a second, where's the legendary shitbox? Instead, he's pulled up in a super clean looking S13, and honestly, that tells me he's taking this event very seriously. The man has his eyes locked on the prize. Great initiation already. Nice speed, good angle, and just like T2, he's using every bit of the track. This thing is an absolute proper drift machine. I'm genuinely surprised he didn't bring one of his famous rally beaters, but I definitely can't complain because this car looks incredible. And speaking of rally, if you've watched my championships for a while, you already know Arpegio has given us some unforgettable moments. Whether it's somehow surviving impossible stages, randomly finding grip where nobody else can, or just sending it harder than everyone expected, he's always entertaining to watch. You never really know what's about to happen when Arpegio lines up. Today though, it's looking incredibly clean. He's keeping the car sideways the whole time, the transitions are smooth, and the confidence just keeps building as the run goes on. Honestly, this is nearly a perfect run. Arpegio crosses the finish line with another fantastic performance. These drivers are making my judging job really difficult today. I'm giving him 95 points. And finally, we've got CRV. His Nissan Silvia S13 already looks fantastic coming into the opening section. I really like the livery, the overall style, and the whole vibe of the car. A quick little update, CPM2 WRC Season 2 is definitely happening at some point, so don't worry about that. Nice start. Oh no, big oversteer. That's definitely going to hurt his score. He clearly knows how to drift, but mistakes like that are really expensive in championships where every single point matters. He gets things back under control and decides to play it a little safer for the rest of the run. That's understandable, but it also means he's leaving some points on the table. Madarab still managed to score pretty well after making an early mistake, so there's definitely still hope for a respectable score here. CRV is continuing with a decent amount of control. I'd just like to see him attack the corners a little more. A bit more commitment, wider angle, and more throttle would have made this run stand out a lot more. One thing I've noticed today is just how popular the Nissan Silvia S13 still is in drifting. We've already seen two 1-1 driving one, now CRV is using one too, and honestly it's not surprising. It's lightweight, predictable, and just an awesome platform for drifting. It's actually my favorite car of all time. Not quite the run he was hoping for, but still a respectable effort. I'm giving him 63 points.
Now we've got Swag. If you've ever been to one of my events, you already know this guy is always messing around. Somehow he's always involved in whatever chaos is happening, but let's see what he can do on the track. Nice initiation. He's actually putting together a pretty decent run here. Smooth enough, good control, and he's looking comfortable. Outside of racing, Swag helps me a ton with events, especially when it comes to filming. Without him, making some of these videos would honestly be a lot harder. I'd like to see him use more of the track though. He's leaving a lot of space on the outside, and that's definitely going to cost him some points. You have to commit if you want those higher scores. And speaking of Project C, Swag and I are actually directing the movie together. Just like Drift Legacy, he also wrote the story. That legendary movie only exists because he came up with such a good script. Whenever the actors don't know what they're supposed to be doing, Swag is usually the one screaming instructions in the in-game chat. He's driving well, but I'd say he's still a step behind drivers like T2, Arpegio, and Hugo today. His style actually reminds me quite a bit of Deenotarab's, really smooth, but Swag carries a bit more speed and attacks the corners a little harder. I actually like that aggressive style. It suits him. Next we have... Oh, dang it, not again with these CPM bacon larpers. I swear every event there's somebody pretending to be me. I bet it's Deenotarab again trolling me. Alright, now for real. Next up we've got RayProsa in the Huni truck. And wow, this is some insane improvement. His first few corners are looking really clean already. Nice angle, good speed, and the truck actually looks surprisingly comfortable sideways. Never underestimate RayProsa. One thing I really enjoy about this event is the location. We spend so much time drifting on Japanese toge roads that coming onto an actual race circuit feels really refreshing. It gives off proper Formula Drift vibes with all the big outer zones, wide entries, and long linking corners. It's a completely different style of drifting, and honestly, I love both. RayProsa is definitely channeling some Ken Block energy with this Huni truck. Throwing such a big vehicle sideways like that always looks awesome. He's linking together the final corners really nicely.
it home with a solid finish. That's gonna be 70 points. And now, the final qualifying run. The last chance to steal a place in the finals. Here comes Harbus. Strong start. He's looking confident through the opening corners. Nice angle, decent speed, everything's looking promising. Oh no, another oversteer. That's the third driver who's made a mistake in exactly the same place. There must be something about that corner catching everyone out. Harbus gets the car back under control and keeps going, but at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that T2 and Arpegio have locked themselves into the final battle. Still, Harbus can absolutely recover some points with a clean finish. You know, it's actually awesome seeing how active the drifting community still is in CPM2. Back in CPM1, drifting was pretty much the main thing everyone did. Nowadays, we've got proper racing championships, rally seasons, endurance events, toge, police chases, and all kinds of different competitions. There's so much more variety now, but drifting still has a huge place in the community, and it's cool to see so many people still showing up for these events. Harbus is finishing the last few corners now. Unfortunately, after that mistake, there just isn't enough left to challenge for the finals. He crosses the line, and I'm giving him 56 points. Sorry, Harbus.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the grand final. The two best drifters of the day have made it through, but only one of them is leaving with the championship. Who's the best drifter in CPM2? We're about to find out. First battle, T2 leads, Arpegio chases. They're on the line, and they're off. T2 absolutely launches off the start line. Oh, that's not a good start for Arpegio. He's already around 10 meters behind. That's a huge gap in tandem drifting. He's gonna have to absolutely send it if he wants to catch T2 before the first few corners. T2 throws the Viper sideways immediately, carrying huge speed into the opening section. Wait a second, Arpegio is actually closing the gap. He's pushing so hard right now. This is gonna be close. This is actual peak cinema right here. I seriously should have recorded every single run with the drone because this looks incredible. There's still a little bit too much distance between them, but considering how bad Arpegio's launch was, he's doing an amazing job recovering. Look at the angle from both of them. Huge commitment, smooth transitions, and neither driver is backing off. This is exactly what a championship final should look like. Arpegio is finally getting close enough to pressure T2. Dodge Viper versus Nissan Silvia. Green versus purple. T2 versus Arpegio. This is everything you could ask for in a final battle. Perfect launch from both drivers. Now this is what I wanted to see. They're almost perfectly matched going into the first corner. Arpegio is leading really well. Oh, damn. He almost takes the wrong turn. T2 dives through. Is that an overtake? What is happening? Arpegio somehow gets back in front and they keep going. But that mistake has completely broken the rhythm. Oh nah, that is a massive mistake. If T2 just keeps this clean, I honestly don't see how he loses this battle anymore. The pressure is absolutely insane right now. Every single corner matters. Arpegio has to be absolutely perfect from here. No more mistakes. Oh no. No! Arpegio! Why? He just stopped! No freaking way, bro. You could have won this. He gets going again and finishes the final few corners, but it's too late. T2 brings it home clean. And that's it. T2 SP is your CPM2 Drifting Champion. After an entire year, he finally claims the title of the best drifter in CPM2. What a final, what a championship, and honestly, what a game. Congratulations to T2 on an incredible performance from start to finish. If you enjoyed this championship and want to see more events like this, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.